What's happening, fellow Vault Hunters? We've got all of the Borderlands 4 news for you in today's video, including, yes, you guessed it, new shift codes that were just released, and the creative director of Borderlands 4 has responded to even more concerns over new bugs and issues that have revealed themselves in the game over the past day or so, and a very important fix is coming to console players as well, and the dev team confirms that a highly requested feature is sadly not coming to console anytime soon. Find out what they had to say about this, and whatever happened to Catch a Ride, and will we ever see any more unique vehicles outside of the digi-runner system. And a warning from the creative director if you are doing this to bypass the map in Borderlands 4. And I'll be reading off your top comments at the end of the video as well. So let's dive into the video, Vault Hunters, and go over all of the news. Alright, so first up is the new shift codes for you all. Randy Pitchford posted this on Twitter and said, here's a couple more shift codes for free golden keys in Borderlands 4. And then he says, redeem in-game or at shift.gearboxsoftware.com. He says expires in 48 hours, but as always, remember this was posted yesterday, so technically it's about 24 hours to redeem these codes. And then he says, good luck and happy looting. So we definitely appreciate the free shift codes for sure. And then also, the creative director for Borderlands 4 kindly took the time out to respond to fans' biggest concerns. So let's take a look at what he had to say on Twitter. So first up, it looks like there's something going on around lost loot. Looks like there's some issues here. And D2 Posting said this on Twitter, Destiny 2 lost loot system? Hey, I'm in your humble postmaster. Personally, went into that raid to retrieve all of your lost items. Also, I'll send you a reminder when your post is full. Smiley face. Borderlands 4 lost loot system on the other hand? Oh no, boo-hoo. Your legendary fell off? Too bad. F you. I thought this post was pretty entertaining. Now, Bright Sunshine chimed in and said, hey, at Duval Magic, can you all elaborate on how the lost loot system works in Borderlands 4? And the creative director, Graham Timmons, responded and said, we identified a few bugs with lost loot and have fixes scheduled. They didn't make the current patch in testing, so it'll be a little bit before the fixes are out, unfortunately. It'll better prioritize gear quality and loot that's fallen into pits. So if you've noticed that problem with the lost loot system, it's actually a bug that they've identified and they're well aware of it, and they're going to be pushing out the fix soon. Also, we're not done yet concerning bugs because this one is interesting. There has been yet another issue, sadly, on consoles, but there's good news because it looks like there's a fix for this one as well coming soon. So this was posted by Sean Berry, who pointed out that the patch on the Xbox Series X may need some tweaking. And then they posted these images of the menus not displaying any of the equipment. You can see in this example, it's happening on both the inventory screen and the vending machine screen. Now, Graham did respond to this one as well and said, this is one of the issues we hope to resolve in the upcoming console patch. No ETA just yet, but this is a core reason why we're anxious to get it out to everyone. So if you are experiencing that bug, they are working on getting the patch out for that one as well. And there's one highly requested feature that is not coming to consoles, which has a few Vault Hunters really bummed out. So Fackle posted this on Twitter and asked, when is mouse and keyboard support coming to console? It's 2025. PC has mouse and keyboard, and controller, I don't get it. And Graham responded on this one as well and said, unfortunately, it won't be coming to Borderlands 4. We investigated it, but it would have required a lot of rewriting fundamental input code that was outside of scope, with what we had already committed to for this title. We hope to in the future titles though, as we know a lot of people want this. So yeah, that is a bummer, of course, because, you know, there are a lot of other games that do support mouse and keyboard on console. And to be honest with you, it is very surprising that Borderlands 4 didn't think about putting this feature in their pipeline while developing the game. So I don't know if there's a way they could change their mind and implement this for console players that want to see this, but I think they should try to implement this in the future, despite the fact saying that they're not going to add it in there. Who knows if that's ever going to happen, but hopefully they change their mind on this and add that in the future. And you may have heard of this and seen the viral videos on this, but jumping clear across the map, what some Vault Hunters are calling cricket jumping, is becoming a very real thing. But the creative director had some words of caution about this. So first, a Vault Hunter by the name of Barhu said the following and posted a video showing cricket jumping in action and said speedrunning Borderlands 4 is gonna be insane with cricket jumping. Just clear entire sections of the map with a quick hop. And then they put in parentheses, please don't patch this. So they want this to be basically a feature that they can kind of abuse in the game. Now, Graham said, I've got my eye on this. My only worry is streaming issues or if this introduces instability. Not out to ruin people's fun, but we can't have it causing tech issues. For now though, not going to do anything until issues arise. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm not going to even try this bunny hopping thing or whatever you want to call it, cricket jumping, because I'm afraid that something will happen to my game. It'll somehow bug out. I'll somehow land in an area that I can't get out of with my luck, so I'm not even going to try it. But let me know in the comments, are you guys going to try the cricket hopping method to get across the map? For now, I'm sticking with my digi-runner. And we have some crucial tips for those of you who are over level 25, something that many Vault Hunters may definitely want to pay attention to. Alabaster's Bane over on Reddit provided the following tips and said, important tips I wish I knew when as soon as I hit level 25. They then go on to say any, and I mean any item that has firmware on it, you need to save and bank. Doesn't matter if it's green or blue, every piece you should pick up and save. You can strip firmware from old pieces of gear and attach them to new pieces of gear via a system you unlock deep into the game. Basically, say you have a grenade with a lifeblood firmware, you'd sacrifice that piece of gear and you'd move the lifeblood onto a new grenade. You can't move grenade firmware to ordnance firmware, only grenade to grenade and ordnance to ordnance, etc. And as somebody who's still only level 34, I've been saving as many as I can since I realized this, thanks to Epic NNG. These firmware bonuses are super important for builds and can truly change how well you do. And I'll leave a link down in the description so you can check out that thread, because yes, they did put a very detailed table showing all of the details on this. Also, a quick question for you Vault Hunters out there. Would you guys like to see the return of Catch a Ride and more unique vehicles? It seems like this has been quite the discussion in the community lately. This was posted by Adialetta, who says, remember how they hyped the new digital car system? They then go on to say that it would be cool, that it would be an evolution and deepening of the vehicles from previous games. Remember that there would be such a deep car customization system. Remember? But in the end, we have one car with different models but identical stats. Only two types of guns for all vehicles, and the guns are not customizable at all. And only one universal modification slot for the entire fleet. Cool, huh? They weren't kidding. And then they go on to say, and what was in Borderlands 3? Wheeled vehicles, anti-gravs, unicycles, there were heavy trucks, light vehicles, all with different initial stats. The heavy truck handled completely different from the light buggy, they had different speeds, different acceleration, different health, and different guns that could be mounted on different vehicle types. And the unicycle was the fastest and most agile, but also had the lowest health pool. And for all vehicles, every single one, you could unlock different unique modifications to the armor, wheels, and booster. I don't remember if additional weapons were unlocked later, but even the basic guns were plentiful. So, do you like the new digi-runner system with the one type of hover bike vehicle, or do you want to see completely different sets of vehicles like buggies, trucks, and more with full-blown customizations and unique stats for each vehicle? Sound off, Vault Hunters, in the comments down below. Let Gearbox know what vehicles you want to see. And by the way, in case you didn't know, there are actually many different types of digi-runners in the game, as seen from this image right here, put together by mentalmars.com. So technically, there's not just one vehicle in the game, and I actually love the look of these different digi-runners, not gonna lie. However, it would still be really nice to see more vehicle types, more weapon options for the vehicles, and more unique stats for each vehicle. Also, in case you are curious how to unlock all of the vehicles in Borderlands 4, thegamer.com put together a nice article on how to do just that. And I'll link the article in the description below for you all so you can check it out. But you can see that they put together a list of all of the vehicles, how to unlock them, and they even go into detail on how to unlock every hover drive as well. So be sure to check out the article in the description. And a drum roll please, Vault Hunters, because yes, it's time for your top comment, starting off with Whip It Run, who says, "All I want is my D-pad weapon selection back, the same D-pad I used every other time I played every other version of Borderlands." And yes, I do believe this absolutely should be a configurable option in the game. I cannot tell you how many times I've accidentally pressed the left D-pad to switch to what I think is going to be the left weapon on that circle down at the bottom right, only to end up healing myself. So yeah, what do you guys think about this? Should there be an option where you can configure the controls to be a D-pad selection for your weapons? Now, the next top comment comes from Blue Tough Guy, who says, "I agree with the top comment about the map spots not being found when you log in on your own after playing with another player where they are the host. This is honestly a really frustrating issue. If you both played and found spots together in-game, they should show up in-game when you log in on your own. I have time some days to go and farm gear when my buddy isn't on, and that is really difficult. One of the main reasons is because the missions are already done as well, so you have to go into your missions, figure out which one it takes to get to a boss, then redo the mission completely in order to advance the story enough for you to be able to farm." Now, I think the majority of us Vault Hunters completely agree with what Blue Tough Guy is saying here. I think that Gearbox should absolutely implement this system in the game if it's possible, but my guess is this would be very difficult to code at this point. But if they could do it and pull it off, it would make for an awesome update for the game for sure. All right, Vault Hunters, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it and again found all of the info of use. So if you did, hit that like button. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button because yes, there's going to be tons more Borderlands 4 news coming up. So I will see you all next time in the next video. Until then, take care, take it easy, and see you out in the Borderlands.